Well, welcome to the leadership training on the 10th of April 2016, conducted by DJ. First thing that I want us to start with is for us to just introduce ourselves. I want each candidate, each participant to state their name, their position in the organization, and tell us something, some personal situation about yourself. But please, just not too deep. This is just the introduction. And thereafter, just tell us what your expectations are and your goals are for this training um, today. There are different types of leadership skills and leadership styles. I'm just going to quote one of the most famous author of my times, my favorite guy. His name is John C. Maxwell. He describes leadership as, he says, it is relational as much as it is positional. In other words, um, if you're a leader, you need to have relationship with the people you lead. But also, it puts you in a higher pedestal to be, it's a position thing. He also describes it as people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. In other words, you need to touch people's hearts by having a relationship with them more than just endorsing your authority as a leader amongst them. Because if you do that, then you don't touch their hearts. You don't actually care about what their situations are, but focus on you. The next question that I want to ask is, what makes a person a leader? And also just following John C. Maxwell's understanding of leadership, he says, what makes you a leader is just being you, being able to lead you. In other words, you cannot lead other people if you cannot lead yourself. And what is your style of leadership? There are different styles of leadership which we will go on later. And values, good values of a leader is just being able to listen. In the isiZulu or South African language, we say ulalela. Listening is a skill by itself. Empathy is the next one, and body language. When you're a leader, there are things that you need to be careful of. How you talk to people non-verbally. Self-awareness, just to knowing yourself and be aware of your position, your role as a leader, and confidentiality. That this is key. If you're a leader, some people will come to you and confide and talk about things that are personal to their own lives. And if you can't hold confidentiality, then that impacts on your style of leadership, on the quality of your leading. Prayer. Not everybody prays, but prayer is part of your connection with your higher being. And honesty, you need to be very honest. You don't be wishy-washy in your situations. I mean, if somebody comes and says something, you side with them. Somebody comes and says something that's completely different from the one that was said before, and you side with them. That makes you an unstable kind of a leader. So you need to be very honest. And if something is wrong, say so. If it is right, say so. If you're not sure, go and consult and come back to that person. Somebody describes leaders as that leaders should keep a distance. That's a myth. These are the myths of leaders that leaders should keep a distance from their followers. You cannot lead people if there's a gap between you and them. You need to be part of the people. One of the leadership myths is that If you train people, training people will equip them to take over your position. And this is scary for an unstable person who is not truly a good leader. Because if you train people, you equip them. But there would be that myth that says, if you have equipped them, they might unseat you into your leadership position. Another myth is that the leader is always right. Nobody's ever right on everything. There are times when you need to consult. Sometimes consult with the people who are your subordinates. So these are the three myths that exist. Leadership must be focused. Look at yourself realistically. Hold themselves to high standards. Submit to authority as well, so that you can instead, if you can't listen to your authority, how can you expect people under you to listen to you? Develop leaders in areas of their own strength. You cannot teach a striker in a soccer field to be a goalkeeper, for instance. So you need to be able to understand what the strength of those people that you're training are, or those people that you are leading are, so that your focus is on developing the person's strength. Leaders need to take a stand. You cannot, like I said in the previous slide, be wishy-washy. Take a stand on any situation, and sometimes you'll be known for taking that stand. Sometimes these happen instantly. Love what you do. John C. Maxwell again says, you need to find something that you like to do and do it for nothing. And if you do it so well, people will pay you for it. As to just communicate your purpose for a distance. Organize activities around your purpose. Apply your purpose. Just to quote one of the, Jesus Christ, he led through shared responsibilities. He gave his disciples the responsibility to do things. Not that he couldn't do them, but because he wanted to train them to be able to do that when he's gone. He led through not compromising on his mission. He knew what he was set to do, and he was focused on it, and he was always in constant contact with God, just as a reference point. That's the end of